Development strategy. This is a simple presentation that will help you have an understanding of development strategy. We're going to look at elements that define how your organization select projects that are aligned to programs. They are part of a portfolio that eventually help the organization achieve its long-term vision. The idea is that when we are looking for a new project, we need to make sure that that project is going to be aligned to three important strategies. The first one is the strategy of the organization. That is the focus of what the organization wants to do. Then there is the country development strategy in the region or the locations or the area where the organization needs to work. That area also has a strategy. And we also have the donor development strategy. The idea is that we need to find the place where all of those three elements are combined, and that's the sweet spot. Projects that are identified in this area are the projects that will have the most success factors. You can have a project located here that might meet the needs of the organization and the country, but it will be difficult to find a donor. Or a project here that is aligned with the strategy of the donor and the organization, but is not aligned to the strategies of this country. So this project will have harder time to make it happen. The idea is that any project that is meeting those three requirements will have a higher chance of success. Let's look at what we mean by strategy. The vision and mission of an organization define the areas where the organization will work in the short and long term. So every organization has a vision, and that vision defines what they want to do and how they're going to do it. That means that out of that, we have a strategic planning with long-term plans. This could be 5-year long-term plans that give the overall direction for the organization, and it contains a set of strategic objectives about what they want to achieve in those 5 years. Out of that, we have the strategic goals or objectives that include in the programmatic areas in which the organization has an expertise. It could be areas in health and education. It could be on areas that the organization has a specific expertise, but those are going to be the areas where new projects are going to be funded. They are going to be supporting those strategic goals. Out of that strategic plans, we have the operational planning. Those are the short-term plans. It could be a 1-year plan, and that's where most of our projects and programs are going to be aligned to. That's where we define the timeline and the budget and most of the activities and monitoring and evaluation. The idea is that every organization will have a portfolio, which is the group of selected programs and projects that together add up to all the initiatives in the organization that will focus its resources in order to achieve its goal. So the projects and programs are organized in a portfolio that are supporting the long-term vision of the organization. The idea behind that is that the organization has a set of limited resources. Those resources are going to be supporting the different initiatives, all the projects that eventually are going to be organized in programs, and those programs are going to be organized in a portfolio that supports the vision of the organization. So it's important that projects that are part of this strategic alignment are always aligned to the vision of the organization, because they contain the information, the resources that help the organization achieve that long-term vision. And those resources are limited. Those organization resources include the financial, the capital, human resources, the experience, and the reputation. And it's why it's important that any new project and any new idea is carefully selected so that not only helps achieve the organization's vision and mission, but it makes the best use of those limited resources.